Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we're going to be taking a look at a new set of products that I purchased from Stampin Up. So this is the Forever Fern stamp set. I've got the Forever Flourishing dies and then the Forever Greenery designer series paper. So let's take a look at the papers first of all. So there's two of each design and they are double-sided, and these papers really are beautiful. The quality is really good. The actual sort of depth of colour, the design of them is fabulous. So even though you do sort of only get one, essentially what I would say was one of each design, for the price, I think the quality is really, really good. So let's take a look at the dies. So again, this die set is called Forever Flourishing dies. I really love the packaging that this is all coming as well. It's really handy to sort of keep everything together, neat and tidy, make sure that you don't lose anything. I think it's perfect. So within this die set, you do have coordinating dies to the stamp set, but you do also have quite a few standalone dies, which I really love. So I don't tend to buy a lot of dies, I buy a lot more stamps, but I do like the fact that you've got a combination of both coordinating dies and standalone dies. So next, this is the Cling stamp set, and like I said, this is the Forever Fern. So I was really a little bit surprised, obviously, when I opened this up and there was this sheet of stickers, and I sort of had to come onto YouTube and sort of Googled what it was that I was meant to do with them. But you use these stickers basically to put the image on the stamp. So these stickers are sticky on both sides, and that's what allows your Cling stamp to actually attach itself to your acrylic block. So once you've got all of your stickers on, the back of it will look like this. You can see the stamped images, and it's also on the spine of the case as well. So if you were to store these, like for example in a bookshelf or a DVD rack, then you can see exactly what is included in that particular stamp. So the first thing I'm going to do before creating our card is I'm actually going to make an envelope. So when I was looking at potentially purchasing these Stampin' Up products, the one thing that I did love, the idea that I loved, was creating envelopes that matched perfectly with the cards. So in my previous video, so I will link, I purchased this 123 punch board where you can make envelopes, and this was kind of the reason why I purchased it. So if you're not 100% sure how to use this product, or you want to have a look at that video, like I said, I'll link it up in the corner. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this sheet of paper. I have cut it down, so I'm making a sort of roughly a 6 by 4 inch card. So I am just creating an envelope to go with that card that we're going to be making. So because I've chopped a very sort of essentially a small piece of cardstock from the 12 by 12 sheet, I've still got patterned paper left over, and I'm going to be using that to put onto my card so my card and envelope matches perfectly. So the one thing to remember when you are creating envelopes with this particular punch board is, depending on what kind of patterned paper you are using, so this particular paper obviously goes in a horizontal way. So when you put this envelope together, the pattern is going to be on a diagonal. Now, as it turns out, I actually don't mind. I think it still looks really nice, but you might want to consider that when you are cutting down your paper. So the reason that I picked this particular paper, not only because I love the outside of this, the leaf pattern, I absolutely think that's gorgeous, but I love how sort of basic the pattern is on the reverse side. So the inside of our envelope is going to look just as nice as the outside, but it's not super busy. If you are using a single-sided paper, then of course you could create envelope liners, but I really love the idea of using a double-sided paper, and it's already done for you. So the last thing to do for our envelope is just to put some adhesive on the side flaps, and I'm going to use some red liner tape so it's nice and strong and it stays together. So like I said, I really, really love this envelope. I love the paper, and just think how beautiful that's going to be dropping through somebody's letterbox, and it's not just a regular plain white envelope. So there we've got our adhesive on our envelopes, and I'm just going to bring up the bottom flap. So I like to make sure that it's as secure as possible, but I do only put my red liner tape on the side flaps. So that's our finished envelope, so we can put that to one side and get started on our card. So I've got here just some plain white cardstock, and we're going to be making roughly a 6x4 top folding card. And I've also cut a white panel that's just very slightly smaller. So like I said, I've got some of this pattern paper left over, and I'm going to be using a strip of it on this card today. Like I said, I want to make sure that I incorporate that patterned paper onto my card, so like I said, everything matches perfectly. And that's the one great thing that Stampin' Up do, is that everything matches. So why not make an envelope out of the paper that you use on your cards? So this strip is going to go just off center, just to the left hand side, but I'm still keeping that nice white strip to the left of this as well. So it's just going to be an accent background piece. So the next thing we're going to do is stamp out some images. So you can see here I'm using my Prism World of Colour ink pads. So I have got Rainforest Green, Evergreen and Peacock Green. So the images that I stamp, I don't end up using all of them because I don't want to overwhelm the card because it is on the smaller side. But I do stamp out a lot more images than what I end up using. But of course, because I die cut them as well, I can just keep them for future projects. So the one idea that I do really love is with this Stampin' Up, their ink pads do match their products perfectly. So they have the whole range of ink pads matching the cardstock, matching then in with the patterned papers that they have. I do really love that, and I can really see that as a benefit. Obviously, this is the first 3 products that I have purchased. It may or may not be my last, I don't know. But like I said, I really love the quality of it. So the chances are I probably will buy more stuff. So you can see here, I'm just going through all of the Flourish stamps and stamping those in these 3 colours. This is the first time I've ever used red rubber stamps, and I really like the fact that it's got that piece of foam on the back of the stamp, because then it allows you to kind of have a little bit more pressure. I just think it does work differently to the clear polymer stamps, but not in a bad way at all. So now I've done all my stamping. So like I said, I've stamped one of each of the flourishes. And what I'm going to do now is create a little bit of a background for one of the standalone dies that I'm going to be using kind of in the background of our card. So I'm going to take the big standalone die, which is this one here. And this is going to kind of go in the background of the card, like I said. So I'm just going to have it sort of come in to the side, and it's going to fill that big piece of white space really nicely. So what I'm going to do is take one of my ink pads, so I'm just going to create something really basic here, and I've gone with the evergreen colour. So what I'm doing is taking the ink pad directly to the paper, and I'm trying to create just a little bit of texture, as if this image that we're cutting out has got a little bit of texture to it. So like I said, I'm just using ink pad straight to paper, and I'm just creating a swiping pattern. And you can see then towards the left hand side, it's very much just kind of fading into that white. So I only wanted the sort of deep harsher colour at the bottom. So once I've got my positioning, I'm just going to use some purple low-tack tape to hold that in place, and then I'm going to put all of the coordinating dies over our stamped images, and then I can run this all through my die cutting machine. So you can see here I run it through, and they are just absolutely falling straight out of those dies, which are perfect. So I don't need to be pushing them out or anything, they've literally all fallen out. And you can see how lovely that standalone die has cut out as well, and it's just giving that leaf just a little bit more texture. So next thing I'm going to do is create our sentiment, and I'm going to use this hello sentiment. So I didn't want anything sort of too big, and I'm just stamping this with some clear embossing ink onto some black cardstock. So I've used my anti-static powder tool to begin with, and then I'm just using some white embossing powder to heat emboss that hello sentiment, and as you can see, I've chopped it down. I've also created just a really thin strip of black cardstock that's going to sit on the right hand side of our strip, just to kind of bring out that cardstock a little bit more so it doesn't kind of blend too much into the background. So I'm just using a tape roll just to adhere this strip down, and I'm actually putting this on top of our patterns paper rather than onto our white background. And then you can go ahead and just cut off the excess pieces. I have to say already I am loving how this card is coming together. So now we've got that, we can start assembling all of our flourishes onto our card. So I'm going to start with our big flourish to begin with, and that's going to sit, like I said, in the background and on that white section of the card, just to fill in that white gap nicely. And I'm just using the Crafter's Companion Dotty tape pen, and that's perfect for those like standalone dies where you've got a lot of sort of space, a lot of white gaps, because then the adhesive won't show through. So what I'm doing is I'm actually lining up my stems at the bottom because I want to have a couple of these poking out from the bottom of our Hello Sentiment panel. So like I said, I'm only going to be using 3 of our stamped images, and I'm just sort of arranging them and intertwining this particular one with our flourish that's in the back, because I don't want all of it to be hidden. So that's going to sit nicely and just very slightly coming off the page, but that's not going to come off our card because obviously this panel is slightly smaller. So we're going to put this last flourish just in the middle, so I'm not worried about having this section poking out underneath. So you can see here, I just want those 3 stems sort of coming out. I'm not worried about this particular image. So once we've got that down, then we can go ahead and put down our sentiment. So I'm just going to be putting this sentiment onto a couple of foam squares just to give it a little bit of dimension and a little bit more interest. So I think this little sentiment is perfect for this card. It's not too overwhelming because the card is on the smaller side, and it does grind down all of those flourish images perfectly. And like I said, I really love just having that little bit just poking out underneath. So just to finish this card off, I'm going to be using this Paint Splatters stamp. And I have to say, I think this is probably one of my favourite pieces in this stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp this in the Black Tuxedo Memento ink pad. And I'm just kind of randomly going to go around the outside. So what I am going to do is just clean up as I go, because I know if I leave that black ink on my mat, it's going to cause me some issues down the line where I'm going to get that onto either this card where I don't want it to be, or on another project, or maybe the envelope. So I'm just cleaning as I go. But I really love how just that few sort of paint splatters, so just adding that tiny bit of detail into the background really just lifts this whole card. So I think even maybe not using the paint splatter technique that I normally would, using my acrylic block and things like that, I think I would probably just get this stamp out. I've also just put a couple on the left hand side as well. And then we can adhere our panel onto our card. So just using some double-sided tape adhesive, I'm just going to attach it on, and that is going to be our card finished. And I have to say, I absolutely love this card. I love green. I love anything that's kind of floral. And I think this is perfect. I think this was the right sort of first product to purchase from Stampin' Up. So I absolutely love how this card has come out. I love how everything works together. I love just adding that little bit of black into the card as well. Just helps all those colours pop. And again, matching it with that envelope, it matches. I can only imagine someone receiving this card, like I said, having that envelope drop in through their letterbox and pulling out this card that matches it perfectly. I absolutely love it. They don't make a lot of top folding cards either, so I really love that kind of element as well. So from my first Stampin' Up experience, the first products that I've purchased, I am happy. I think the quality is great. I think the price point does reflect the quality of the products as well. And I do really love the idea that everything coordinates perfectly together, so you can have everything that matches. The one thing I really love more than anything is having that envelope that matches. I think it just makes me really happy. So that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos that I post. Thanks very much for watching, and happy crafting.